Alright, hello everybody. I just wanted to show you how to turn in your assignment on Big Ideas. So what you're going to see here is this assignment and those instructions, so that's what you'll be working on. And those are just questions from the Big Ideas section that we wanted to do it from. So after you have completed this on paper, you can go over to your bigideasmath.com. Okay, here's your screen. So you will click Assignments, and you will go right here into the 1.1, and I will have it labeled some certain things, hopefully maybe. Like right here it says example assignment down here. That's what I've labeled this one. Right here where it says example assignment. That's what I have labeled it for this example, but yours will say week 1, practice 1, just the same as it does on the Google Doc. So you will hit enter if I have any student teacher notes. Like for instance, some of the directions are a little bit different than what was on the Google Doc, but that does not change how you will input your answers into the Big Ideas. So you will push enter that assignment. And wait for it to load. I'm going to pause this while I'm waiting for it to load here. Alright, once it has loaded, you will just click Start. And I didn't put number 1 on there because the instructions are the same, but I know for like your 3 through 6 it's a little bit different. Mine just happens to have 3 right here. The only thing that's different is, or maybe this one's not so different. Nope, 3 through 6 is exactly the same. So what function is it? Maybe I'm going to say this is a linear function. The graph is a vertical, maybe I'm going to say it's a vertical shrink. Okay, now shrink is the same thing as compression, remember. It's translated 2 units. Hey, I'm going to say maybe it's going down. And 8 units to the left. Domain is, now remember, all real numbers is the same thing as negative infinity to infinity. The domain of the parent function is, sometimes you can reuse some things, so right there, all real numbers. The range, let's say I'm saying it's less than or equal to -2, and then greater than or equal to -8. Okay? And then when I check, I can go, hey, check my answer. Oh, it told me which ones are wrong, which ones are right. You are able to check your answers a couple of times per question, but don't overdo it. So then I'm going to go move on to question number 2 on mine here, which yours will go to number 4 and then 5 and 6, but I wanted to jump to, 27 and 29, but I did number 28. Here's where I say it differs. This says use a graphing calculator. You don't have to use a graphing calculator. In the instructions it said just what is the parent function, or what is the function family, and then describe the transformation. So it's the same thing. The graph of h is a reflection in the, it's a reflection in the x-axis, followed by a translation, I think this, 5, okay, 5 units, and then it is up, okay, of the parent graph of a linear function, okay. Yours will be very similar for 27 and 29 and 33. You just do not have to use the graphing calculator. You do not have to actually graph them to be able to answer those questions. And then same thing here on 30. So I would go F is a vertical stretch or shrink. 3/4, remember, is, where'd that go? Oh, my word went over here. And then it's followed by a translation, 1 unit up of the parent function that is an absolute value. And remember, I didn't check my answer on the last one, but you can check your answer. Okay, then again, when you do question 39 and 44, I'm doing 40 just to kind of show you what I would expect. The instructions, I think, are a little bit different, or maybe they're exactly the same, but I just wanted you to see how this was. Function family, okay, well, what is this function family? Okay, well, I've got the absolute value symbols there. The domain, I do not actually have to graph this to know that the domain will continue in both directions. So remember, whenever it says all real numbers, that's the same as the negative infinity to infinity. The range, I know that it's moved itself up to, and I know that it is facing upwards, so that's why I'm going to choose y is greater than or equal to 2. instead of less than or equal to 2. And I'm going to check my answers, okay? And then 41 would be completed the same way. I'm just going to put in some answers here, whether they're correct or incorrect, okay? Then, once I've moved on, maybe I did not answer one of the questions, so it will not let me move on. There we go. I've answered 5 out of 5. I hit check answers, and then I should be able to go right here to where your name is, so where I have Andy Mathematicus. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click submit. Are you sure you want to submit? Yes, I'm sure. And then it tells me, hey, here's how many you got correct. Here's how many you got incorrect. Tells you your percentage of that assignment. And then I will get the data. Remember, assignments are based off of completion.